I'm Timmy.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Nicholas.
Alright, I'm doing number 61. So the problem is, if 175 grams of molten iron 3 oxide reacts with 37.5 grams of aluminum, what is the mass of iron produced? So here is the formula written out, and we are going to make sure it's balanced. So if we have 2 iron on this side, we need to make sure we have 2 on that side. And then we have 2 aluminum on this side, we need to make sure we have 2 on this side. And we have 3 oxygen and 3 oxygen, and the rest is fine. So now, the question asks, what is the mass of iron produced? First, we need to convert it into moles. So if I have 175 grams of iron 2 oxide, I need to convert that into moles real quick. So how I got this number is if I go to the periodic table, I go to iron, multiply it by 2, and then I go to oxygen and multiply it by 3 and add it all together, and I get 159.7 grams of iron 3 oxide. So now there's 1 mole per 159.7 grams of iron 3 oxide, and now I need to convert this into moles of iron. So now I just continue going, and now I have 1 mole of iron 3 oxide, and now I need 2 moles of iron. So when I calculate all of this, and I cross out grams and grams, and then moles and moles, and I'm left over with moles of iron, I get 2.19 moles of iron. Okay, so that was the first one that's done. Now, we need to do the same exact steps, but for aluminum. So I have 37.5 grams of aluminum. And now I need to do the same exact steps. So here, once again, how I got this number is I go to the periodic table, and since there's 2 aluminums, I find aluminum and I multiply it by 2, and that's how I get this number. And per 1 mole, that's how many grams there are. And so there's 2 moles of aluminum, and there's also 2 moles of iron, and that's how I got this. So I multiply this straight across and multiply this straight across, and I take the top number divided by the bottom number, and I cross out grams of aluminum, moles of aluminum, and moles of aluminum, left over with, oops, this should be moles of iron. And I'm left over with moles of iron, which is 0.696 moles of iron. So, my limiting reactant is aluminum. Because there is less moles of iron with aluminum than there are with iron 3 oxide, we have to use aluminum to find the mass of iron produced. So we're going to take the moles of iron with aluminum, which is 0.696 moles of iron, and now we need to multiply that. So per 1 mole of iron, there is 55.8 grams of iron. And after we multiply all of that, we get 38.9 grams of iron produced.